Welcome to Baltimore, where it's cold and sloppy and rainy. But for the hardcores here today, it's also celebratory because their Ravens have clinched AFC's #1 seed and home field throughout the playoffs for just the second time. And today in the finale, they can deal a serious blow to their bitter divisional rivals from Pittsburgh. Welcome to the progressive kickoff on the final day of the regular season here in Baltimore. For Pittsburgh, there is a lot at stake in this still clouded AFC playoff picture. Ravens, of course, have clinched that top seed. They'll have home field throughout. But Pittsburgh needs to win and get some help to get in. They need losses by one of two teams who are each in the hunt for a division title. The Bills at Miami and the Jaguars to take on Tennessee. If the Texans and Colts tie tonight, unlikely. There have been no ties this year, but a Pittsburgh win would also put them in under those circumstances. TJ Watt is fired up. He is hunting another sack title today. This is his kind of weather. Also a day for physical runners like Najee Harris of the Steelers. He says, feed me the football on a day like this. Mason Rudolph has sparked the Pittsburgh offense coming out of the deep freeze. Back-to-back 30-point performances by the Steeler offense. And stepping in for the likely MVP today, Lamar Jackson, is Tyler Huntley, making his first start of the season. Very limited mop-up duty for the Ravens backup. And welcome, Chris Fowler, Louis Riddick, Dan Orlovsky, Laura Rutledge is braving the conditions on the field. Hey, in any conditions, it's no fun to play in here, and someone's going to have to do that to deny the Ravens the Super Bowl. But their opponents today claim to enjoy coming here, Louis.
Yeah, they sure do. Look, Mike Tomlin looked all three of us in the eye and everybody who was in the room last night, and he said, look, Baltimore, they like to be the bully. And he said, and trust me, we like to play the bully. And after 17 years of leading one of the great franchises in all of sports, Mike Tomlin has earned that kind of respect. And he has the respect of his players. The message has been delivered. They know exactly what the mission is here today.
Yeah, adversity. That's the story of the Steelers season. This 2023 version doesn't necessarily like to make things easy on themselves, but through all of that, Mike Tomlin, like you said, Louis, kind of kept them afloat. And here they are today. Chance to win and then watch tomorrow.
Kenny Pickett is healthy, but Mike Tomlin says he's going to go with Mason Rudolph, who's put up some good passing numbers the last couple of weeks. He was the third-string guy about a month and a half ago and didn't play really at all last year. So talk about coming out of the deep freeze.
Yeah, this is a guy right now who has really a burden that's been lifted off of him, and he is really taking the bull by the horn, so to speak, and he's running with this second opportunity, averaging over 11 yards per attempt. The offense he's directed to over 400 yards per game over the past 2 weeks, and quite honestly, they're putting up over 30 points per game. And really what he is doing, despite the fact that he's doing a lot of good things, throwing the football, he's riding the wave of this revamped offensive line that right now is really gelling and playing a physical brand of football that is really befitting of Pittsburgh Steelers football. And it's led by that young man right there, number 77, Broderick Jones, the first-round draft pick at the University of Georgia. Mike Tomlin told us he is the current generation's version of Marquise Pouncey, who was a 5-time All-Pro during the 2010s for the Pittsburgh Steelers in an 11-year career. They are going to ride big man today.
Steelers offense will not face Roquan Smith. A couple of the key Ravens defenders are out. For Tyler Huntley, it's a serious challenge. I mean, filling in for Lamar Jackson, but also without Odell Beckham Jr., they're without some top pass catchers. He hasn't played a lot of football this year, and he take care of the football today.
That's going to be the #1 goal for Tyler Huntley, and what a great opportunity for him. This is his 10th career start, and understand, like, the Ravens are going to be resting some people. This is still a rivalry game. This is still one of the rivalry games in the NFL. And Chris, you mentioned it, like, it's a great chance for him to step out the shadow, at least for a week, of the likely MVP and Lamar Jackson, and prove, hey, I can start in this league against a playoff contending football team.
Tyler said they're not going to simplify the offense. Whatever they call, I'm ready to execute. We shall see in tough conditions here. This rivalry, of course, has been one of the NFL's best for a few decades. Close games always seem to happen when the Steelers and Ravens collide. 25 games decided by a field goal or less since this rivalry was born in '96. Field goal is the margin the Steelers are favored by on the road today in a must-win game with a lot of Ravens sitting this one out. So which team's going to be up to it? Steelers facing serious urgency on the road in Baltimore on a sloppy day. We'll all find out together. Kickoff from Baltimore coming up.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
They know us, we know them. We're prepared with an edge for a lot of reasons, but first and foremost, because it's must-win for us.
What are we gonna do, man? The whole world watching.
Straight out the gates, we scrapped it. Clashes, blitzes, all action. Run past photo finish with no caption. Mano y mano, so what's happening? Let's get it cracking. I'm in the trenches, stomping the yard. I came, I seen, I start, I rain, I ball hard. Hit it.
Diving for the pylon. He's in.
Oh my goodness!
For the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
The 35th time that Tomlin and John Harbaugh have game planned against each other. Only George Halas and Curly Lambeau, way back in the day, Bears Packers have faced each other more as NFL head coaches than these two guys. Year 17 for Tomlin, 16 for Harbaugh. He's hoping his younger brother Jim can win a college championship in 2 days. It's going to be a challenge. If it were a little bit colder, they'd have just their second ever snow game in Ravens history, but it's holding at 39 right now. Day for defense, you'd think, guys, but also for ball security and extra emphasis on special teams.
No question. Look, field position is going to be at a premium on a sloppy track like this. As you mentioned, ball security is going to be at a premium. Pittsburgh's defensive players emphasize that fact. Expect their defensive guys to be punching at the football, whether it's going for it in the pocket, Dan, or anytime the ball carriers or the Ravens are tied up and they've got them hemmed up. Expect that second and third guy to be ripping at that football consistently.
Yeah, throwback rivalry. This game is going to have the throwback look.
Ravens, of course, want to put that defense on the field first in these conditions. They deferred, so Tucker will boot it away to Godwin Igwebuike, who's standing at the goal line for Pittsburgh. You get a very quick look at Mason Rudolph and the Steeler offense. Continue to trying to build on the great performances the last couple of weeks. 30-point performances by a Steeler offense. They hadn't seen that in a long time. And